Good evening to you, Ian. I think the Nobel Peace Prize should go to Greta Thunberg far more than Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump, the only thing he when he accepted it was Qatar that played a blinder when they gave him that aeroplane that made that got Qatar really to organise the peace process if it works out. But definitely I think Greta Thunberg, for her effort, for raising the profile of what's happening in Gaza to such a degree, and for her effort, her single-minded effort to try and relieve the famine, was equivalent to a state. What she did was equivalent to a state. Sorry.
How did she bring attention to the issue in Gaza? We all knew what was going on in Gaza. It didn't take Greta Thunberg to tell us, did it?
But it took her to organise a flotilla to try and relieve the famine. No, not even a state did that.
Knowing full well that she wouldn't,
single-mindedly.
knowing that she full well that she wouldn't be allowed in, and didn't bring a single bag of flour to Gaza.
Absolutely, her single-minded effort to do that was better than most states did. No state did that.
There were plenty of states that were trying to persuade Netanyahu to open the border and let aid in. She
went there as a person, not a state.
She didn't actually get any aid in.
But she tried. Well, she nearly did.
It was pathetic virtue signalling.
I think it was raising the profile of the famine.
It didn't need to be raised because we all knew about it.
Well, not everybody did. Not everybody. And she raised it even further. Okay. And got people talking about it. I think she deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. I vote her to get the Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay, well...
So I'm stuttering with my nervousness on the radio.
Well, you don't need to be nervous. You're very eloquent.
Bless you. Thank you.
I've enjoyed the call, and I hope you'll call in again, possibly with a better point, though.
When you get to the bottom of all these conspiracy theories, they all end up the same way. It's the Jews. The Jews do it. The Jews are in charge of everything. Yeah, and then it plays on that. It steadily plays on that from, oh my gosh, did you know? Yeah, you're being controlled in these small manipulative ways. Yeah, and then to suddenly, oh my gosh, every aspect of your life is being controlled by these Jews and the Rothschilds, and they control the banking, and you're essentially a slave.
Yeah, well,
that is conspiracies that are leading people to the anti-Semitism.
Well, that is what I think I heard in that clip of the young student on that march the other day. In the end, we got into, well, how do you know Hamas weren't put up to do it by Israel? That Israel would allow this to be visited on themselves. And
I hear this every day.
But that level of stupidity and idiocy, racism as well, and conspiracy theory, how was that always there? Or, as you say, Daniel, it has kind of been whipped up in the ferment around what is happening in the Middle East, funneled through people's social media algorithms to the point where they have sort of been radicalised?
It's been whipped up, but it's been underlying current of it has been building for decades.
I don't regard Donald Trump as anything like a positive influence on this. He stood next to a person that's accused of genocide on extremely strong evidence and called him by his first name. He's not an independent.
Yeah, but how do you preside over a ceasefire without speaking to the people who are at war with each other?
But the point is, it's the lack
the point is, how do you negotiate a ceasefire without speaking to the people who are at war?
Oh, you've got to speak to both of them. But to do a fair ceasefire, you can't treat one as your best buddy and the other people as people that you're going to exterminate if they don't do what you tell them to do.
Well, you can, because he has. And they're about to put pen to paper in Sharm el-Sheikh.
But the point is, anybody could have come in with that position. Hamas
why didn't they?
Annihilated. What are they going to do?
Listen, nobody holds Donald Trump in lower regard than I do, but respectfully, you sound ridiculous. This is the closest. This is the closest the world has come to peace since October the 7th. I think by any viable or fair account. You've got the far-right members of the Israeli cabinet are furious to the point of not planning to support it. It possibly leaves Benjamin Netanyahu in the political wilderness. He could be in an Israeli courtroom by the end of the year. And you're trying to find reasons to criticise Donald Trump for literally dealing with the people he had to deal with to get any ceasefire over the line. How on earth are you going to tell Benjamin Netanyahu that he's run out of road if you're not having warm relations with him?
I certainly wouldn't have been addressing him on first terms basis. And I've been
so your problem with this process is the fact that he called Netanyahu by his first name?
Problem with this...
John, that's just nuts, mate. Just listen to yourself. We're on the brink of peace after a war that has left tens of thousands of people dead, and your primary objection is that he used Netanyahu's first name when he spoke to him.
James, we're not on the
Why are you using my first name?
I think it's because the issue in this case...
This is a ridiculous conversation. I mean, Liz, have I missed the point or something? Are you making a more substantive argument beyond the fact that he used his first name?
Yeah, the more substantive argument is that Trump is not an independent peacemaker. He's not got the two sides together and negotiated the solution.
Well, I'm afraid he has. Listen, I mean, I can't say it often enough. Nobody holds him in lower regard than I do. I think he's a morally depraved individual, and I think his motivation here is almost certainly narcissism and egotism. But it doesn't mean that the things you can see with your own eyes haven't happened.
The easy way to reduce the welfare bill is to restrict welfare payments to UK residents born in the UK only. So non-UK people should not be claiming any benefits at all. There should be no housing benefit. There should be no universal credit. There should be no benefits for foreign nationals. Simple. Another easy fix would be simply to deport all foreign criminals overnight, put them on a bus, get them out of here, every single one of them done.
Well, you do have to have somewhere to deport them to.
Well, they can go back to their country of origin.
Well, it's not.
If they don't...
It sounds very simple, but I mean, I'm afraid it isn't that simple. You have to have agreements with those countries for them to take them back. If only it was that simple.
Agreements. Well, you make those agreements, don't you? The way that Donald Trump made those agreements, you just make the agreements with the countries. You say to, for example, Eritrea, if you want to have any further trade with the UK, and obviously they would rather trade with us than not trade with us, then you have to take your foreign criminals back, and we just deport them all. It's not.
Do you not think? Do you not think, Rudy, if it was that simple, it would have been done by now?
No, I don't think that at all. There's clearly the political will not to do that, rather than to do that. But I mean,
why? Hang on a second. I mean, you're making all these blithe statements to complete generalisations. Name me a politician that wouldn't actually like to deport foreign criminals.
Well, have any of them said that they're going to?
Yes.
Who?
But the problem is, it's not as simple as you seem to think, because you frankly don't know anything about it. You don't know how difficult it is to come to agreements with these countries to get them to do it. You can't just impose it on them.
You can impose it on these countries.
How?
Of course you can. What do you mean how? You say to Albania, you're going to have to take all the Albanian criminals that are in our prison system back, and if you don't, we'll restrict any visa entry for any future Albanians. We'll throw out the Albanian delegation. We won't do any trade and business with Albania, and very quickly they'll come crawling down to the table in exactly the same way as Donald Trump.
Simplistic nonsense.
Yes, simplistic nonsense it may sound to you, because
it does.
Against the idea. So you would rather keep foreign criminals in UK jails?
No, I would love to get rid of all of them. I've said countless times, Rudy, don't talk over me. Don't talk over me, otherwise we're not going to get anywhere. I've said countless times on this programme that any foreign national who commits a criminal offence in this country should automatically be deported. But I know full well that you have to come to agreements, and you can't just impose them, as you say. Donald Trump may be able to, but we're not Donald Trump. We do our diplomacy in a proper way.